Ever feel like you're facing something massive, like trying to empty an ocean with, I don't know, a teaspoon?
Huh. Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Well, today we're diving into a story that's pretty much exactly that. It's the ancient Chinese myth of Jingwei filling the sea.
Right. And if you haven't heard of it, or maybe the classic of mountains and seas sounds, well, mythical,
Which it is.
exactly,
Yeah.
then you're in for a really captivating tale. We're looking specifically at the Northern Mountains Classic, third section, for Jingwei.
Got it. Where does the story start?
It starts on a place called Faki Mountain. The text says it was full of Z trees.
And you mentioned this place might actually be real.
Well, it's often linked to a location in modern Shaanxi County, Shaanxi. So there's a potential real-world connection, which is interesting.
And on this mountain, we meet the bird.
We do. Jingwei, this description is quite specific. Looks like a crow, patterned head, white beak, red feet.
Red feet, okay. And the name Jingwei.
Comes from the sound of its cry. The text says it cries out its own name, Jingwei.
Huh. But she wasn't always a bird, was she? There's a backstory.
A very important one. Jingwei used to be Nuwa. She was the younger daughter of a major figure, the Yan Emperor.
Yan Emperor, one of the legendary early leaders.
That's the one. Head of an ancient tribal alliance. So Nuwa was his beloved daughter.
Okay, so princess and bird? How does that happen? It sounds tragic.
It is tragic. Nuwa was playing near the East Sea and, well, she drowned. A storm, maybe. The text just says she went into the sea and never came back.
Oh, wow. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. But her spirit, her will, it didn't just vanish.
It transformed.
Exactly. It transformed into this bird, Jingwei.
And this is where the filling the sea part comes in.
This is it.
Right.
Driven by, unimaginable grief and maybe this fierce determination that no one else should drown like she did.
She starts this mission.
This relentless, almost unbelievable mission. She flies constantly from the western mountains, picking up tiny twigs, little stones,
Just tiny things.
tiny things, and carries them all the way to the East Sea, dropping them in over and over.
Wow. The sheer determination. Just picturing that. A tiny bird against the vast ocean.
It's powerful imagery, isn't it? And the text, again, adds this touch of geography. It mentions the Zhang River, starting on Faki Mountain and flowing to the Yellow River. It sort of grounds the myth a little.
So she's just doing this endlessly. Does anyone notice?
Well, later versions of the story, or maybe elaborations, talk about a sea swallow.
Okay.
Apparently, the sea swallow was moved by her spirit, her unwavering effort, and he became her mate.
That's kind of sweet amidst the tragedy.
I get another layer. And they supposedly had offspring. The females look like Jingwei, the males like the sea swallow.
And did the kids help out?
The story implies they did, or at least that the young Jingwei birds continued the work. There's this line, something like, "Until today, still like this."
So it emphasizes the ongoing nature of the effort. It never stops.
Never stops. Which brings us to the meaning, right? Jingwei filling the sea is, at its core, a symbol of perseverance. Incredible, unwavering will against, well, impossible odds.
Fighting the unbeatable, never giving up.
Exactly. No matter how small you feel or how tiny your contribution seems against this massive challenge, keep going.
I think I remember reading a quote. Was it Tao Yunming? Something about Jingwei carries tiny wood.
Intending to fill the vast sea. That's the one. It perfectly captures that defiant spirit. It's hope, it's determination embodied.
And this is still used today, right?
Yeah.
The phrase Jingwei filling the sea.
Oh, definitely. It's become a common idiom in Chinese. You use it to praise someone who's just incredibly determined, totally undaunted by difficulties, even if the task looks insurmountable.
So wrapping it up then, we have this young girl, Nuwa, daughter of an emperor, lost to the sea.
Tragically.
But her spirit transforms into the Jingwei bird.
Driven by loss, yeah, to take on this impossible task. Fill the sea, twig by twig, pebble by pebble.
And it all comes from this ancient, fascinating text, the classic of mountains and seas.
Becoming this enduring symbol of the human spirit, really, of perseverance.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe a final thought for you listening. What's your impossible sea? What task feels overwhelming?
Right. And could channeling even a tiny bit of that Jingwei spirit, that persistent small effort, make a difference, or at least hold meaning for you?
Something to consider. And maybe, just maybe, it sparks an interest to explore more from the classic of mountains and seas. There's a lot more in there.
Definitely worth exploring.